Hello and welcome. Today we're going to be taking a look at luxury beauty releases that are coming soon. And I have to say, the ones that have come out the past month or so have not been super interested. So I'm hoping that we'll find some really good items here in this batch. So all of the photos and all of the information is coming from Amit Beauty Talks Instagram. So definitely take a look, give her a follow there. I'll leave her link down below in the description box. So we're going to start off with Chanel. Now, the Chanel Le Beige collection that launched a week ago at Saks and it's coming out at boutiques right now. I'm passing on this. It's just too warm for me. The colors are not for me. So I decided to pass on that. It's a very beautiful collection for those with warm skin tones, particularly deeper warm skin tones. I feel like this collection really, is going to work well for different complexions than mine. But for me personally, I decided to pass on this. So I'd love to know what your thoughts are on these, which ones you're interested in, if you're going to pick any of these up. So please share those down below in the comments. All right, let's move on to the SUQQU summer collection. And I have to say, I think this looks really beautiful. So I actually really like both of the quads here, but the one that I like the best is probably the one that is slightly deeper, those slightly brighter purples there. They do look like they have very similar color stories. You can see that in these swatches here, but the one on the left, we've got kind of like warmer peachy vibes and softer lilacs, whereas the other one, there's similar shades of purple, just slightly deeper, and then we have the rosier hues. So I think that one's gonna work for me a little bit better. So that, I believe, is going to be quad number 148, which is described as washed pink crossed with burnt pink. So I'm interested in that one. Then we have the blurring color blush duos. So this is going to be like half blush, half highlighter. So we have number 110, which is a beige-like orange blush and a soft pink pearl highlighter. I think it looks gorgeous. I'd love to try the highlighter, but I don't think that orange blush is going to work very well for me. However, the other one, number 111, is described as a bright bluish pink and a transparent lilac highlighter. Definitely want that one. It looks stunning. So I'm planning on picking that up. And then we have two lips. And these are the Moisture Glaze lipstick, which is one of my all-time favorite lipstick formulas. I think it's fantastic. So we have a warmer coral shade and more of a berry pink. I am going to go with a rosier shade here. And for those of you who are not in the US and have access to nail polishes, I think that lavender shade is gorgeous. We also have new mascara base and mascaras coming out, so definitely interested in checking those out. And these are set to launch sometime in May. I haven't seen an exact release date yet. But overall, I have to say the SUQQU summer collection is gorgeous, and I'm still thoroughly enjoying the SUQQU pre-summer collection. I actually have this on my eyes softly right now. This is one of my favorite palettes. So yeah, very excited to see the new offerings from SUQQU. Next, we have some new YSL luminizers. And, we've seen some early information on these. I feel like I've included them in perhaps the last video, but we have a few more photos here and it looks like there's a fourth shade that's included here. So we have number 1 described as, or called Libertine Light. And I believe that is actually the pearlescent white that's down on the bottom right of this photo. 2 Hypnotic Honey was previously described as golden bronze, and I believe that is going to be the top right. We have 3 Rosy Sand and 4 Lilac. So I am definitely interested in the Libertine Light and the Lilac, and I'm a maybe on the Rose because I can't tell whether it's going to be like too warm of a rose, too deep perhaps for a highlighter for me, or if it's going to work out. So it's hard to tell yet, but I'm definitely interested in the white one and the lilac one. So I'd love to know what you guys think. We don't have a date for these yet, but it says coming soon. So can't wait to try them. I feel like YSL has done a really great job with their releases, aside from the recent lip oils, which were a terrible fail for me. But, aside from those, I've been really enjoying a lot of their products. And then we have some new makeup brushes from Victoria Beckham Beauty. I think these look really beautiful. You've got options for, there are options here for everyone. You've got dual-ended brushes if you like those. You've got single-ended ones if you like those. These are going to be synthetic vegan brushes, and they are made in Japan. They look nice. Honestly, I have plenty of brushes, and I personally prefer the natural hair, so I'll be passing on these, but they do look like very nice options. Now, Givenchy is releasing some new bronzer contour powder. So these are supposed to be matte. We've got the blend of 4 colors. They look really beautiful. I don't know whether I'll pick these up or not, just because I don't use bronzing and contour products too frequently. However, today I do have on the Sarah Creel new cream bronzer in shade 1. It's called Just Like Paradise is the name of the product. And I'm really enjoying that. So I'm a maybe on the Givenchy. But I do think that it looks like it's going to be a nice product. So I'm interested. We have 3 shades. There's Tan Chiffon for fair to light skin tones, Tan Poplin for light to medium, and Tan Organza for medium to deep skin tones. So this bronzer is already out in some countries. We haven't seen it here in the US yet, but hopefully soon. For their summer collection, Armani is going to be releasing 3 new nude Lip Maestro satins. And we have 18 Nude Sienna, which is described as an authentic nude with a rosy brown and peach touch. That one looks like it's going to be a bit too warm for me. We have 19 Nude Rosewood, which is a soft rosewood. That one there is a maybe for me. And 20 Nude Cinnamon, a spicy brown nude, which this one also looks like it might be a bit warm. So that will probably be a pass on for me. So I do really like this formula from Armani. So it's a maybe, but the rosewood to me is just a little bit more fall. So it kind of depends on when it's released as to, you know, whether I'll get this one. Moving on to Dior, the Dior summer collection recently launched here in the US and a variety of countries. Honestly, I passed on this. You know, I've heard that the luminizers are repeats from previous years, just kind of repackaged. I don't know if that's, you know, 100% accurate, but if not, they are pretty close. I have seen swatches. And, you know, I have those, so I don't need those. I think the embossing on these are beautiful, but honestly, the color stories, they're just not for me. So I passed on these. However, Dior did just recently launch the new Canage collection here. So we have 4 new eyeshadow palettes. These are in the collector Canage cases, and these are going to be limited edition. So we have a brown cashmere, a silk taupe, rose organza, and coral couture. So I actually picked up the top 2 in this photo, which is the brown cashmere and the silk taupe. So I haven't received those yet, but when I get those, you know, I'll definitely put up a video on those. They do remind me of some previous quads, like the soft cashmere, which is one of my favorites. I love the original soft cashmere from, you know, several years back. So I'm curious to see how these compare and what the formula will be like. The Valentino glosses. Okay, so these released already, you know, and they were in time for the Sephora sale. So I did order them. I started off by ordering just 2 of them. And, you know, they're supposed to be plumping. So the YSL lip oils kind of turned me off a little bit. So I was like, maybe I should just stick with those 2 and see how the formula is. But I've been reading some like early Sephora reviews, and it seems like the plumping is not intense at all. So I decided to order the rest of the shades. So I have all the shades on their way. None of them have arrived yet, but they are coming. I'm going to start by opening just like 1 and see how I like the formula before I open the rest. If I don't like it, I am, you know, not going to share the rest. I'll just go ahead and return those. But if it's a nice formula, I will definitely be sharing all of the shades in a video coming soon. Now, I don't remember where I saw this, but I did see a Valentino cushion. Thank you to Pam who had shared that photo with me, but it is coming out in, I think it was 4 shades or 4 or 6 shades. They're all fairly light. So honestly, I don't think we're going to be getting it here in the US. However, if we do get it here in the US, they do have my shade, which is the LC5. So I'd be interested in picking that up. Unfortunately, I don't think it's coming here. I think it's going to be an Asia exclusive. And that may be true for this Dolce & Gabbana cushion foundation as well. This is the all new Rise Glow cushion foundation. They have 6 shades. It's supposed to be coming out sometime in April. I haven't seen it on the Dolce & Gabbana US site yet, so I'm not sure if it will be coming here. But I am kind of intrigued by this. It does have SPF 50 though, which is not always a favorite in foundation for me. You know, I do notice some separation and stuff sometimes with some of these SPF foundations. So I'm kind of on the fence on that, but honestly, it's probably not going to be here in the US anyway. So now, we spoke a few minutes ago about the YSL luminizers, but here in this photo, we have a new highlighter. It's the Make Me Blush powder in number 69, which is a limited edition highlighter with lavender pearl sparkle. And I'm a little unsure because this looks so similar to the lilac luminizer we just saw, but the packaging is different. You can see this is in the round blush packaging versus more of the square highlighter packaging with the white cover. So, I'm not sure how similar these are going to be. And we'll just kind of have to wait and see. I don't even know for sure that this will come to the US because this may be the exact same shade that was released in other countries but did not come to the US. They're describing it as a highlighter instead of a blush. So we'll have to wait and see, get a little bit more information, but this is due out in May. We also have some new lipsticks. So there's a new Love Shine in Raspberry Crush and a Candy Glow Balm and a Candy Glaze. And honestly, I'm not super interested in any of those, so I'll be passing on those. Also, YSL is set to release in June a new blush shade for the summer. It's a limited edition. It's going to be this coral shade. It's supposed to be a vibrant coral. This is probably not a great shade for me, so I'm planning on passing on this. All right, so last year Prada released some lip balms, and this here is one of them. This is shade U010. And let me just go ahead and put this on here, but this is like a sheer lip balm. And you can see that this is going to be with the silver packaging. Now, this year, they are releasing some new lip balms, and we have pink in the center. So the little Prada belt is going to be pink to, I guess, separate these balms. And these are going to be glow balms. So we have 5 shades here, including a clear. And yeah, I'm definitely interested in those. We also have 3 new highlighters here, a champagne, pink, and deep. I haven't seen swatches of the highlighters yet, but I'm definitely interested in picking up 1 or 2 of these. And I'll be picking out probably a couple of the lip balms as well. So thanks again to Amit for all of the photos and information here today. I'd love to know what you guys think of the new releases that are coming out. Is there anything you're interested in? I have to say, I feel like we're in, or at least I'm in, a little bit of a slump. There are definitely some things I'm looking forward to that are coming out, such as some of the new highlighters and the new SUQQU collection and so forth. But I feel like I'm passing on more items right now than I would typically. And I'm just hoping, the fall and holiday releases this year are really wow. But, for years we've been kind of in this like warm period, and we just started kind of getting to some cooler tones and so forth within the last year. And I feel like that's already fading. We're already seeing more and more warm palettes again. And, I'm hoping we see a few more cooler tone shades, more neutral things and so forth with some different colors coming out soon. So yeah, definitely interested in seeing what we are going to be looking at for fall and holiday. And thank you so much for tuning in. Please share your thoughts down below in the comments. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day.